This is actually really interesting. This is from March 11, 2019, National Post. Ancient civilizations sacrificed more than 100 of their children to stop bad weather, say archaeologists. It's really funny because that's basically what Democrats are saying now when they write these stories saying don't have kids because climate change is getting worse.
Yes.
They're like, they're not saying to literally take your children and sacrifice them on an altar. They're saying forego having children, make that sacrifice.
Pre-sacrifice
well, no, it's like sacrifice your family.
Or with preemptively sacrifice them by just not having them.
No.
Or abort them.
It would be like sacrificing. It's not sacrifice in the sense of you take a child and you put them on the altar. It's never have them.
Well, also, and I think, you know, this is multifaceted. So most people who don't have children, people who choose not to have children will often say things like, it's because I care so much about the climate. No, it's not. That's almost certainly not, right? It's because you want to have the dual income, no kid situation going on most of the time. And you can acknowledge that. Don't sit there and tell me it's because you care so much about the climate. I think that's usually not the case. But that said, when you look in ancient Rome, this is something archaeologists have discovered, just in various periods, you have like increases in infanticide when people were having more sex and they were having sex outside of marriage and they didn't know what to do with the children and they weren't taking care of them. And you can imagine this being a trend historically too. I mean, people saying, I have a child, I don't want to take care of them, so I will sacrifice them in trying to make their horrific act of infanticide out to be something noble and good. And so they say, oh, well, this is like for the sun god, or this is so that we have a better harvest, when in reality, they had that cruelty in them and wanted to do it.
Yeah, so right now we're in a record low temperature. For I tweeted about it yesterday. It was like 49 degrees at night. Wow. And it's crazy. It's like it's springtime or whatever. And no matter what happens, the climate change people always have an argument as to why, whatever it is.
Yes.
So they stopped saying global warming because we started getting cold periods, and they said no, it's climate change. And I'm like, dude, it's a record low now, it's a record high later, but no matter what happens, you keep telling me it's the same thing.
Exactly.
Now I have no problem recognizing pollution and saying, like, I don't believe the planet can hold infinite humans. That literally makes no sense. But don't come to me and tell me no matter what happens, it's perfect for your argument.
Exactly. I mean, maybe you can make the argument, yeah, there is such a thing as too much CO2 and we want to keep the elements in balance and it can be bad for life on the planet. But if you're going to sit here and tell me that every single thing that happens with respect to the climate is a result of human behavior, what you have is a circular hypothesis, because it started with, first it was global cooling, the world was going to freeze, then it was global warming, and then it became climate change. Okay, you have to build a predictive model that tells us what's going to happen successfully, instead of just bashing us for not going along with your cause and then blaming whatever happens to happen on our bad behavior because of your circular theory.